I am Dr. Subhash Taylor, Subhash Ultrasound Imaging Center, Bhilwara, Rajasthan, India. Today I am going to discuss role of ultrasound in evaluation of congenital hypertrophic pyloric stenosis. Congenital hypertrophic pyloric stenosis or CHPS is one of the most common GI disorder during infancy. It is because of hypertrophic thickening of circular muscle fibers of gastric pylorus, leading to narrowing and gastric outlet obstruction. More common in first born males with male predominance. It usually seen between the age of 2nd to 8th week of postnatal period. Usually, the infant presents with projectile gastric, that is non-bilious vomiting. One can see visible upper abdominal peristalsis, palpable upper abdominal tumor lump or olive mass, failure to gain weight. Now, coming to ultrasound imaging technique. Ultrasound examination is done in supine position with high resolution probe, scanning in transverse as well as longitudinal and oblique planes to evaluate thoroughly the stomach and pyloric canal of the stomach. One can also scan in decubitus position, keeping left side up of the infant, that allow gastric fluid to collect within the antrum to delineate the pyloric canal in a better way. Thorough scan of stomach, antrum and pyloric canal in transverse and longitudinal planes. Images of gastric pyloric canal are taken in transverse and longitudinal planes. One must observe in real time about the akinesia or poor peristalsis at pyloric canal. One can also see widened gastroesophageal junction with gastroesophageal reflux or regurgitation in real time while examination. Now coming to ultrasound diagnosis, salient features of CHPS on ultrasound are: the thickened pyloric canal is usually seen as a target-like lesion in transverse scan, as a cervix sign in longitudinal scan, and the canal length usually measures more than 15 mm with isolated mural thickness more than 3 mm. One can also see mural hyperemia on color Doppler. Thick echogenic double mucosa sign is also evident while examination. The antral or the canal mucosa peeps out at inlet of the pyloric canal as antral nipple sign, and pyloric canal will remain akinetic or show very poor negligible peristalsis while examination in real time. Stomach is usually seen fluid filled and distended, and one can also see dilated gastroesophageal junction with GE reflex in real time. Now, sonomorphology of normal and abnormal pyloric canal. This scan shows normal pyloric canal, the white arrow region, whereas the thickened pyloric canal is clearly evident as cervix sign, as shown by yellow arrow. Now, in longitudinal plane, the thickened pyloric canal is seen as a cervix sign because of concentric hypoechoic homogenic thickening of the circular muscle fibers, making it elongated and as a cervix sign in longitudinal plane, and in transverse plane it is seen as a target-like lesion showing internal area of echogenicity because of the mucosa and outer hypoechoic halo-like area due to hypoechoic mural thickening. Now, canal length is usually more than 15 millimeters and isolated mural thickness usually exceeds more than 3 mm. Now the antral, there is peeping out of antral mucosa seen as a antral nipple sign on the inlet of the pyloric canal at the gastric antrum, which is typical of pyloric stenosis. Now in longitudinal plane, when the thickened canal is seen as cervix sign, one can also see thick double mucosa sign as shown by this star. And on evaluation of gastroesophageal junction, we can see dilated gastroesophageal junction with regurgitation of gastric contents to lower part of the esophagus on real time. Now on color Doppler, we can also see mural hyperemia of the pyloric canal muscle layer, as we can see in this color Doppler image of longitudinal plane of the pyloric canal. This is a case, 25 days male neonate with vomiting, predominantly gastric vomiting, non-bilious, since birth and failure to gain weight. This is epigastric transverse and oblique scan. This cine loop shows fluid-filled distended stomach and elongated pyloric canal, thickened muscle layer, giving typical elongation and cervix sign, which is typical of hypertrophic pyloric stenosis. Well illustrated in this video. Now perioperatively, the olive mass is seen as a lump. This is perioperative photograph of a patient, and the treatment, definitive treatment, is surgical, which is known as Ramstad's pyloromyotomy. Now little bit about pitfalls. We can also get confusion when there is pylorospasm or contraction, but the thickness is usually less than 3 mm, and the contraction or pylorospasm will resolve after some time. So a rescanning is advised after some interval or after some time to see for any presence of pylorospasm or contraction. Normally it will resolve by itself after some time. Another important pitfall is remaining of post-operative thickness, and basically it returned to normal after 4 to 5 months. So one can also see thickening of the pyloric canal post-operatively up to 4 to 5 months. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe my channel Subhash Tera MD.